Hi friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel Home Modern Academy. Today's topic is in electrical measurements, parameters of measuring instruments and classification of measuring instruments. First of all, we will study the parameters of measuring instrument. Then after we will study the classification of measuring instrument. So let us start without wasting of time. First, what do you mean by the measuring instruments? Okay, the measuring instruments means it is an instrument which measure any type of physical quantities. Okay, मतलब कि ये एक प्रकार का इंस्ट्रूमेंट है जो कि मेजर कर सकता है एनी टाइप ऑफ फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज लाइक वोल्टेज करंट रेजिस्टेंस और प्रेशर और speed etc. It is basically two types, one is mechanical instruments and another one is electrical instruments. Okay, so the let us start the parameters of measuring instruments. First one is accuracy. What do we mean by accuracy? Okay, accuracy का मतलब ये है कि accuracy may be defined as the degree of closeness of measure value to the true value. Okay, what do we mean by measure value and true value? Okay, for an example, a battery of 5 volt which is connected to the measuring instrument. Okay, the 5 volt, we know the magnitude of battery is 5 volt, so that is the true value. And when we measure through this measuring instrument, if the output is come out 4 volt or 4.5 volt, that is the measure value. Okay, this is the true value. Okay, this is the measure value which we measure. It may be 5 volts. Okay, so accuracy का मतलब है ये कि ये कितना क्लोज है मेजर वैल्यू और ट्रू वैल्यू के बीच में. The second one is precision. What do you mean by the precision? The most repeatable or reproducible value in the set of observation is known as precision. For an example, we take a experiment, okay, and takes the readings. This is the serial number, this is the measure values. Okay, we takes 3 readings 1 2 3 and the measure values are 9 10 10. Okay, which value is repeated. Okay, here the 10 is repeated, these values is precision. Okay, here we have to know that the accurate value can be precise but the precision values cannot be accurate. Okay, then the third one is resolution. Okay, what do we mean by resolution? It is the smallest output that we can detect with clarity. Okay, it is very smallest output that we can detect with clarity. Okay, for an example, this is a battery of a 5 volt which is connected to a voltmeter which we have to measure their voltage. Okay, for an example, it deflects from 1 volt. From 1 volt, 1 volt is very small, so it can detect in very small voltage. Okay, this is the resolution. Then what do you mean by the sensitivity? Okay, what is sensitivity? Sensitivity is defined as the change in output to the change in input. Okay, what do you mean by the tolerance? Tolerance is it is the maximum allowable temperature that the instrument can withstand. It means एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट कितना हाई टेम्परेचर टॉलरेट कर सकता है विदाउट डैमेजिंग, दैट इज नोन एज टॉलरेंस. ओके, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय error? Okay, error means it is the difference between measure value to the true value. Okay, it is the difference between the measure value to the true value. It is generally 3 types. Okay, it is generally 3 types. One is gross error and another one is systematic error and the third one is random error. And further, the systematic error is divided into 3 types. One is instrument error and the second one is environment error and the third one is observational error. Let us study the classification of measuring instruments. Here the measuring instrument is basically divided into two types. One is mechanical instrument and another one is electrical instrument. What is electrical instrument? The instrument which can measure any type of electrical quantities like voltage, current, resistance is known as electrical instrument. What do you mean by the mechanical instrument? The instrument which can measure the mechanical quantities like speed, force, pressure, velocity, etc. Okay, then the electrical instrument is further divided into two types. One is electrical and another one is electronic. Then the electrical instrument is further divided into two types. One is a primary instrument and another one is a secondary instrument. What do you mean by the primary instrument? The primary instrument is also known as absolute instrument. Here no physical value or measure values. Okay, here there is no showing the deflection, or the pointer will not show the magnitude. Okay, it will only shows the deflection. Okay, for an example, galvanometer, it does not show their magnitude, only shows their only shows their deflection. Okay, then the secondary instrument. What do you mean by the secondary instrument? The instrument which gives the measure quantity in terms of deflection of the pointer on a calibrated scale is called secondary instrument. इसका मतलब है ये कि अगर ये एक बैटरी है, इसके अंदर 5 वोल्ट है, ये एक वोल्ट मीटर से मेजर होगी. ओके, इस वोल्ट मीटर में ये एक स्केल है, ये स्केल है, पॉइंटर है, ये एक कैलिब्रेटेड स्केल है. 1 2 3 4. ओके, देयर वैल्यूज व्हेन वी कनेक्ट द battery to the voltmeter, it will show their magnitude. Okay, the pointer will show on the calibrated scale. Okay, then the secondary instrument is further divided into three types. One is indicating instrument and another one is integrating and the third one is recording type instrument. Okay, here in indicating type instrument, the instrument which indicates the magnitude of a measure quantity is known as indicating type instrument. Okay, and for an example, ammeter, voltmeter, multimeter and what voltmeter. Okay, here there is no require any period of time or interval of time, so this is the indicating type instrument. Okay, then let us study the integrating type instrument. In integrating type instrument, the instrument which measures the total energy supplied at a particular interval of time is known as integrating type instrument. For an example, energy meter, watt hour meter, ampere hour meter gives a it gives a value for definite period of time. Okay, then the third one is recording type. The instrument which record the circuit at a particular interval of time is known as recording type instrument. Okay, the moving system of recording instrument is carries a pen which lightly touches a thin paper. Okay, the moving of the coil track on the paper sheet. For an example, frequency meter. Okay, measure value tracked by pen and paper. Thank you all.